What's up, everybody? King of Fomo here, coming at you with your daily crypto update. Make sure you follow me over there on CocoScope, as well as my Telegram channel, t.me/kingoffomo1. And if you're not following all three of my channels, make sure you're following the primary one, my Gem Hunters channel, and my CocoScope channel. All right, so let's get straight down to it. Today we're going to talk about smart contracts, and also stick around towards the end of the video, especially if you've been contacting me. I have a little bit of a message in terms of people trying to get in contact with me then. But I want to start with the smart contracts. And the one that has been working out nicely so far is EtherHives. Now, you guys know that for the past couple of days, I've been jumping into some more of these gambly type of stuff. These are platforms that are not necessarily, coded and set up to last an extremely long time, but they're platforms that can turn over a profit potentially. So there's definitely a risk factor here. Now, EtherHives comes from a team that has been around for almost a year. They've released this game on Tron. They've released this game actually on ETH like about 7 months ago. So this is just their re-release of the game. So it's working out nicely. And the way that it works is if you're upgrading, it's kind of a management type of game. So if you upgrade, the more you upgrade, the more honey that you produce, and the more honey you produce, you can actually sell that honey for Ethereum. And there's a lot of ways to really play the game. Some people will just go straight away to upgrading and then not doing anything else and just extracting honey from then on out. Some people will use the honey that they've extracted to upgrade even more to get more honey and compound. So it's really up to you to decide kind of what your strategy is going to be when you start the game. So my strategy is kind of just to upgrade to as much as possible that I feel comfortable with, and then just get myself a regular stream of honey and see how long that pays out, because it does depend on how much Ethereum is in the contract. The less Ethereum that's in the contract, obviously you're not going to be able to get and extract all of that honey out. But so far it's looking pretty nice. You can see that I got my airdrop bee. This is for free. And then I have my smart bee, which is going to give me 220% per month. And then I have my crypto bee, which is going to give me 223% per month. So I'm going to go ahead and buy the rest of the crypto bees here. So let me just go ahead and increase this to 32. Bam. And then I'm going to go ahead and confirm that right there. Let's see if I can increase the gas here, make it go a little bit faster. And we'll confirm that. And so that's going to help and upgrade me to my next level, which is going to be the Bitcoin, where I can get 226% per month. I'm not sure how far I'm going to go. I definitely don't think I'm going to go all the way up to Super B. If I wanted to do that, I would have done that day one. But this should increase my production yield a pretty good amount here. And, on a day-by-day basis, we can just do the calculations. I can show you guys kind of what's happening here. So 136 honey per hour is going to give us 136 times 24 is going to give us 3,264 honey per day. So you can actually do the calculations and figure out what that is going to give you. So let's go ahead and do this math, since this went ahead and confirmed right now. So right now I'm getting 712 honey per hour times 24, which is going to give me 17,888 honey per day. So what is that amount equal to in Ethereum? So 17,088 is what I want to type in right here. 17,088 is going to give me 0.068 Ethereum on a daily basis, which is not too bad. It's only going to take me, maybe close to about a half a month to get 1 Ethereum out of here with just the honey and just from mining that. And I can also upgrade my production right here. So I'm thinking about doing this, upgrading here. I can get 20% wax, a little bit higher. So there's a lot of ways that you can kind of play this game and decide how you're going to go. And I can't really tell you like what the return yield is, because I don't remember how much all of this cost altogether. But I can tell you that it's been pretty nice, and it will return a pretty good yield for trying it out. So that is EtherHives. Next one I want to talk about is one that I actually made a video about a couple days ago. I told you guys that this is a high risk gamble. Basically, I bet it all on red in roulette, and it came out to be black. So this one did actually exit scam completely. The Telegram is gone. Their new Ethereum game is gone. Usually when that happens and they just drop all communication, and the payments did stop, and it looks like the wallet's all glitching out now too. So this game is 100% done. So it's about a 1K loss for me, unfortunately, and for the people that have joined underneath it. But that's how it goes if you're playing these higher risk type of games. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. This is unfortunately a loss. Moving on to the next one, we're going to talk about Etherchain. So this one is still moving out really well. just broke 8,000 Ethereum in the contract. Now, again, this is like all these smart contracts are still, in my opinion, super high risk, because there will be a point in time where it becomes negligible in terms of profitability. So do keep that in mind. And I'm kind of like I always follow the rule of I try to get in first and put the most of the highest amount in first, and then I kind of just coast from there for the most part. So if you're looking at this, I've talked about Etherchain for a while, and I don't know if I'm going to double down in Etherchain anymore. I think that time is kind of past. But as you can see here, I got out about 7 Ethereum from the 4.1 that I put in. I have to withdraw this today. And yeah, the community seems really good. And this is one team that doesn't seem to be like the BitStriker team. It's going to exit in 2 days. They've been around for quite a while, and they've done some upgrades, and they show some competency, unlike some of the other teams. Moving along from that, there's Tron Dividends. This is another one that I didn't even make a video about this. I don't even think I have a referral link out about this one at all, but it's 20% ROI daily, 15% referral rewards. Theoretically, this thing should die within about 4 or 5 days, and it's been about 4 days so far. So we're gonna go ahead and withdraw this right here. I'll confirm that, get my 1,000 Tron out. So this should bring me up to close to 3,000 Tron. So I almost got ROI in here. We'll see if I get there. I don't know. Like, honestly, I think I might have been too late for Tron divs, but we will see. Another one that somebody brought to me and commented to me was this one right here called Tron Royal. I don't think I'm going to do this. This one is, again, it's outside of my range of safety. 25% every day. You're getting into the too good to be true realm right here. You know, and like, if it runs like the way it's supposed to run, if it runs like a smart contract is coded to run, then you do have the potential to get profitability. Yes, indeed. But at the same time, if you're not absolutely positively one of the first people to join in here, and you're not pressing that withdraw button every couple seconds, you will probably get edged out of the competition pretty quickly. So, you know, join at your own risk. It's called tronroyal.com. You guys can find the link on your own. And then Dividends Network is another one that I kind of briefly mentioned, and this one's doing pretty well too. Still sort of in the test phase of this. Maybe I'll put a link in below if you guys want to look at it yourself now. But what it does is it pays you 1.5% daily, 45% monthly by buying these DVN tokens and putting these DVN tokens in the smart staking contract. They have more games that are coming out shortly, so the dev seems pretty competent. We'll see what happens. I'm not a big fan of joining games with their own tokens, but if it works out nicely, it works out nicely. Right now I have 13.54 DVN. I purchased 342. So it's giving a pretty good return on what I've gotten so far. And then finally, we can kind of mention ETH Diamonds. So ETH Diamonds is sitting here at 37 Ethereum from I think it's all-time high of like 428. Took a big dump today, a huge dump. But I think like what I was waiting for 2 things. I was waiting for ETH Gold to go down in price, and I'm also waiting for the dumpers to dump here, because I know that it got overbought like way more than I really said. I told people that this is going to be a long-term thing. This wasn't going to be a pump and dump type of thing. So I think a lot of people didn't take that advice, and they just overbought in the beginning. Or maybe a lot of people just took a ton of rewards from the beginning. I'm not actually sure. I didn't really look into and see what was happening with the addresses and seeing if people are in profit or not. But the good news is we're getting to the point soon here where I'm going to be doing my deposits into ETH Diamond. I told you guys I'm going to be taking some of that 15K per week and putting it into here. Not all of it, but that'll happen soon. Probably a little bit later than I anticipated, because BitStrikers did exit and I put about a K in there. So it's putting me behind a little bit. So that is everything for today. I think out of all the things that I've talked about, obviously the most excited thing that I am excited for is EtherHives. And that brings me to my last point of the video, which is people have been telling me about tons and tons of stuff. One of the good things about this channel is that I talk about like everything. I talk about altcoins, I talk about platforms, I talk about smart contracts. So there's a huge amount of people, well, not a huge amount, but there's a lot of people that enjoy my content because I'm doing so many things. The downside to that, well, not really a downside, the upside of that is I get people contacting me daily, almost hourly, about new platforms that come out, new coins that come out, new smart contracts to come out that they want me to check out. And I get messages on Telegram, I get messages on email, I get messages on in YouTube. I get messages all over the place. Now the downside is, in the past like 2 weeks, those messages have gone up at least maybe like 200 to 300%. So it's getting extremely difficult for me to give you a valuable response within a short time span. So do keep in mind that if you're sending me a message, don't feel ashamed or afraid to message me twice and say, hey, did you get my last message? Because a lot of times, like, I'll read it and then I'll say, this message requires time for me to actually respond to, so I'm not going to respond to it right now. And then I think about it later and I forget. But just keep in mind, I'm kind of dialing back. I'm not breaking my back as hard trying to make sure that I do every single coin and every single platform and every single smart contract all together. So I'm well aware that there's some really good stuff out there, but unfortunately I'm only one person. I will miss out on some of the really good stuff out there because I just can't do everything. And I'm kind of actually working on another side project away from crypto, so that's taking up some of my time, and I never want this YouTube stuff or the crypto stuff to be stressful for me. So just do keep in mind, if I am slow to respond to you, it's not because I don't like you. It's not because I'm ignoring you completely. I am ignoring you, but it's not because I want to ignore you, but it's more because for my own sanity, I'm doing what I can do. So that is everything for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed. I'm hoping to have some other stuff to talk about. What I really want to get into, I'm going to get into Paybit Club. That's going to be my next video, but I also want to get into like some newer platforms that are for longer term. So if anybody has that type of stuff to send to me, feel free. And like some stuff has been sent to me that's really good for like long term stuff, but almost everything that people send to me always have something in the terms and conditions that say United States investors are not allowed, and I typically avoid doing that, even though the chances of being caught or anything like that are low. I just don't want that to be something that I'm regularly doing. All right, guys, that is everything for today. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit that thumbs up, and follow me on all 3 of my channels. And don't forget, I'm doing a giveaway as well. If you're adopting me over there in CocoScope, if you're watching this on CocoScope and you become my adopter, don't forget to fill out that form in my Telegram channel so that you can win the next $1,000 giveaway. Even though I'm down a lot, like I'm going to be down 3K from these giveaways and this loss from BitStrikers, but it is what it is. I'm happy to give back to the community. All right, guys, catch you in the next one. Peace out.